All right, so just out checking, pulling cameras actually, and Matt is on his way around that big old ditch right there. So we're gonna check these cameras. We're actually gonna hike to the top of this. I mean, I guess you could almost call this a mountain because it's really steep and ways up there. So we're gonna climb up and pull these cameras that have been running for approximately 2 months. No real reason to leave them out much longer than this for the season. And then we'll get them back out here in close to August. Oh, here he comes. Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
What did we say before? If the deer can jump it, we can too?
Yeah, I call BS.
Come here and check out that. I'd say that's a pretty good sized buck print.
Inches.
All right, when I say we're putting in the work, say hi, Matt.
Hey guys, what's going on?
It's a hike to get up here.
Hike my foot.
Gotta stop in intervals and catch your breath. But
The elevation change.
yeah. Hopefully though, we get up here, pull these cameras, and we got some really good intel on some big bucks. So keep hanging in there with us. All right, here we go. There's a long hike up here. These bad boys have been running for probably close to 2 months. Facing back on this in hopes to get something traveling down here, whatever was making those rubs. So you hear something? So we definitely found fresh sign coming up that hillside. More than likely we bumped them from being bedded out there when we were in the field. So they're up here, but we haven't found any sheds yet. We just got onto a pretty heavy trail. It's on the back side of this hill. And there's something red up there moving around that's piqued our curiosity. Because we are in the middle of nowhere. And I wouldn't understand why there would be anything human related, but we definitely have buck sign up here. This is one heck of a transition trail down this hill into this. It's almost a bowl that's still up in the mountain. I feel like we're getting close to finding something. Keep hanging in there with us.
Got a heart for
What'd you
Day.
find there, Matt?
I think I'll heart you.
It's not that old.
No, it's a Valentine's Day heart.
I mean, people, you don't understand, we're miles and miles and miles from any type of civilization. So to find that Valentine's Day heart in the middle of the wilderness, in the middle of nowhere, huh?
She must not have loved him. She set his love free.
She just set it free. Now, my curiosity is even piqued even further because that cedar thicket right there and that bottom flat.
Oh yeah. But as hunters, we're gonna take this with us and
Yes, we're not leaving that laying out here. We're gonna take that out. So, Matt, I'm gonna go down here to this bottom and check these cedar thickets. You can either go with me or you can go start taking cameras down.
I'll go take cameras down.
All right, and I will. I would say I would call you, but we don't have no service out here.
No.
All right, I'll meet you back up the top.
Send us a smoke signal. Engine one.
All right. down. So hopefully you can see that, but right there is the trail that I just came down, and I naturally just found it because I gravitated to that trail, and then ironically I hit it, and it's the trail that all the deer are using to go up and down too. So just goes to show your least path of resistance is also going to be the deer's least path of resistance. So got on that trail, followed all the way down. As soon as I get into this little clearing at the bottom, the very first thing I run into, obviously it's not fresh, but right there, sure sign of an indication of a buck that's using this. And if you look through the other side, another heavy trail that goes right up into this bedding. So I'm just gonna get in here and explore a little bit, really take my time. I'm gonna check both sides and see if I can't get on some points where a buck might be staying, and hopefully left his sheds for me to find. Some of this is real fresh. Oh, yeah, like real fresh. As in 5 minutes ago in front of me fresh. Oh, here we go. And more rubs. So I'm backed up in here in this little thicket. And as you can see, when I say thicket, I mean it is thick in here. And you would think there's no way that a buck or any other deer, because there's no trails. The trail is about 30 yards up the hill that cuts across into the other holler. So you would think there's no way that a deer is gonna, you know, come through this thicket. But right there in the middle of the mess is a rub. So as you can see how thick it is in here. Don't write places off because you think just because you don't want to go in there, or you have trouble getting in and out of there, that a buck this is his ideal place. That big buck, that big mature animal wants to get in a place just like this, where he knows that other animals don't want to necessarily get into. This animal is going to get all up in it and see if I can't find his bed. Keep hanging in there. All right, there you go. Right out here on the edge of this point. Excuse me. Got these treetops that have come and fallen down here, and boom, buck bed right in the middle of it. You got a sign. I know it's hard to see on this camera, but coming directly out this way towards where I'm at, and you got an exit route going out that way. Ideal spot for a buck to get in, feel secure, and he has escape routes, everything he needs. Now we just need to find the shed. So a lot of people say, Dave, how do you know that's a buck bed? Well, there you go, folks. I want you to see the size of that print. All indications that a buck was recently, and I say recently, in here. More than likely, I just jumped this buck out of this bed coming off that hillside and took off down this hill. But that is an impressive hoof print. Let's keep going. All right, so I think I have spotted an antler over here in this fresh cut in this soybean field. So I'm wading across the creek. I'm gonna go out here and see if it's what I think it is. All right, there you go. And that is this year. Shed number 3, baby. I seen that from, man, that's probably close to 100 yards away. And I seen that little glimpse of that sticking up. So, across the creek, bunch of hiking, but we're on the board for the day with shed number 3 for the season. I'm gonna keep searching around this field to see if I can happen to find the matching set. Good day, good day. So just cruising along here, and I just come up with another one. That's an old one. That's last year. Heck with the wear on it. Might be 2 years ago. But it was just barely sticking out of the ground. We are on the board with antler number 2 for the day. And number 4 for the 2019 season. All right, so we're just wrapping up. Got one more camera to go in here and pull. Matt and I just seen 4 does over here, 3 bucks. One still had, nice buck, good 8-point. Still had his rack on his head. The 2 that he was with didn't. And then there was another doe. So sat there for what? Probably 15 minutes.
Every bit of 15.
Checking those deer out. They were curious about us though too. So we're going back here to pull this last one, and we're gonna call it a day. But all in all, I'd say a successful day. Found an old shed, found a new shed, seen some good deer, and hopefully we have some good intel on these cameras. So keep staying tuned, see what we got on there, and we'll be back at it again soon. Yep, some good sign right there. Leading on back to our camera.